everybody, so on your in-wall kits, we are showing you the 6-foot door. Now that is an add-on for this house. Your standard installation is gonna be set up for a 3-foot screen door on one end. You're gonna have the same exact header in your kit, so you're welcome to do 2 screen doors. If you only wanna do one, we're gonna do our measurements the exact same way if you don't decide to purchase the 6-foot door. So we're gonna find the center of our house again. On the 20-foot, we're gonna come down to 10 feet, and we're gonna go for a 36-inch door, 18.5 inches outside of center, both sides. Now, that will leave you at 37 inches on your ground stakes. Again, as we put the 1 1/4 inch vertical tubing over the top, that's gonna get that extra 1/2 inch on either side is gonna get eaten up by the square tubing. Should leave us at a true 36-inch opening for our storm door. All right, so now that we've got our opening in place here, we'll go ahead and again, we've left the tension bands loose up here. It's gonna give us room. You see I've got a little bit of a gap. We can seal that up, and we'll just make sure we take our level, and we check our plumbs. So actually moving that over, put us right in plumb. We wanna check our header, make sure we've got that nice and level as well. Now here's the thing, we don't wanna just throw this up here, guys. Your standard screen door opening is 3 foot by 7 foot tall. So we know that the bottom of this header needs to be at least 7 feet tall. Now we do want a good snug fit with our door. So what we prefer to do here is actually wait until we have our screen door ready to be mounted before we fix this in place. You know, I've already told you a couple times where we're building here is not on a level spot. Now our storm door is gonna open to the outside of the greenhouse this way. And so I don't have a whole lot of concern with my door opening because we're on the downhill side over here where we're putting this storm door. Now, however, if you were to be working on a slope, and let's say that your house is going the other way and where you're gonna put your storm door, you're actually moving uphill away from the house. Keep in mind that that door is gonna open to the outside. So what you're gonna wanna do is make sure now if you have to use some 2x6s or some spare tubing, whatever you have laying around, to maybe make a little shim to get your door up off the ground and in place where you know it's gonna open on your site. Again, if you're working on a perfectly level location or if you're falling downhill away from your house, you can go ahead and set your door in place, get your header in place, and get everything moving. We're gonna wait for this 3-foot header here until we've got our door ready to go and in place, till we have our shims so we know we're not dragging the ground. Or again, if we were running uphill, we don't wanna come out and our door only opened 12 inches and be hitting dirt. So we're gonna wait to mount the screen door and to mount everything else in place. One thing I do wanna do though, is I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that my 3-foot spacing is all the way from top to bottom where I want it. Now it looks like we're really good right here. We've done our measurements really well. So we're gonna go ahead now and put our 4-foot horizontal bracing in on the left and right side of these verticals. We're gonna lock in our other vertical supports, and then we'll come back and we'll do the doorway. Okay guys, so this right here is your standard 3-foot opening. And I know with the roll-up door being 6 foot wide, we talked about having to frame that in. I wanted to go over this one more time just to make sure that we really clearly stated it. On this end wall, we are gonna run this base on the top of this footboard right up to the edge right here of our door frame. On the 3-foot screen door, on the 3-foot storm door, we do not want any base on our vertical uprights. The framework for your door that you purchase will be what holds the film in on these vertical pieces here. So when we get to this point, we hang our end films, we are not gonna do anything right here as far as cuts or as far as any of the trimming. What we wanna do is we wanna have our base run on the boards and we wanna stop, again, 1 1/4 inches shy of meeting that gap. We wanna leave these fully exposed right here so that when we do go to install the door, that we have the door frame holding the film in place. Okay, so as we're doing these end walls here, I know we are showing the 6-foot roll-up door. I just wanna be very specific in the differences in the doorways here, okay? The 6-foot roll-up door is an add-on for the kit. The 3-foot roll-up door, or the 3-foot standard doorway that is gonna come with your kit, we will not put any wire base on this door frame, and we will not be wiring anything into these verticals. Once we go to hang our storm door here, that is what's gonna secure our film in this area as we make our cuts for our entryway. Guys, we are fighting the wind really, really bad today. So you'll see we got a few wrinkles in the end wall here. It's nothing too serious. Here's what I really wanted to point out. As you can see, it dips in right here. This is our 3-foot door frame. So what we're gonna end up doing is when we hang our header right here, once we know the height of our door, once our header's hung, we're gonna take our razor blade and we're gonna cut from corner to bottom, corner to bottom. That's gonna create some triangles here that we're actually gonna use to work these wrinkles out. So this looseness here in the middle is not a concern for us right now, because once we hang the door frame, we're gonna work all of these wrinkles out that are through here. All of them, you can see it bunching up here. We're gonna work those out by pulling the film to the inside. And then all of this film here in the middle will be gone. And we'll use the header of the door frame and the door frame itself. There'll be a drip edge on our storm door, and then there'll be framework, and we're gonna use that framework and that drip edge to secure the film here where the opening is. Okay guys, so we've got our storm door here in place. We've got 2 little cutoffs from our timbers that we're using as a spacer. On this particular greenhouse, it's giving me just enough room to get my foot underneath it and help hold it up. John's gone on the backside here to make a couple knocks in the plastic. That's gonna give us an idea of where to start cutting and trimming. All right, so we made our first cut at a cross angle. We got some little knocks in the plastic again, just show us right where we wanna be. So I'm gonna go right here and do a cross cut down to where I've already gone. And then we'll come up from the corner right here back to where we were. Cut any excess away. Right here at your ground stake. Now for adjusting our tension, we've got these nice little triangles. As we get the door frame hung up, we'll pull those to the inside. Once everything's secured in place, we can trim off that excess on the inside. So we're resting on our timber, we're holding it against the door frame here. John's gonna hold some tension on the film on the inside. We'll go ahead and pull these wrinkles out. So as John's pulling on the film on the inside, working the tension out, I'm gonna hold the door against our uprights. And we're gonna let Corey go ahead and drive some Tech screws in here. Now this door frame is pre-drilled. So we're just gonna go ahead and put Tech screws where the manufacturer has the door drilled. Now what we've gotta do, we're gonna have to make a few adjustments. Again, that's why we left the tension bands here loose. We're gonna have to make a few adjustments to seal this gap up some. Get our framework in. We're gonna let our header go ahead and settle in with the drip edge on it. We'll pull this film to the inside. And we're just about done with this. The little triangle we were talking about. Now we've been using this right here to pull our tension out of our end wall. We're using the frame of the storm door that we purchased to secure the film to the vertical upright. Again, no base here. So now we just got this excess here. I'm just gonna go and start about 3-4 inches off, and I'm gonna run just a strip straight down. Just to clean our door frame up a little bit. We'll do it to the other side here. And this pretty well completes your Grower Solution greenhouse kit. All right, so this concludes your 20-foot Dakota install video. We wanna take the time to thank you again for your purchase of your Dakota greenhouse, and to ask you to remember to like and subscribe to the channel. That way, if we do have any more tips for working in your greenhouse, or any tips for maintenance on your greenhouse, or any other videos that we may put out, that you stay up to date and in the know of everything going on here at Grower Solution. Thank you.